Hello YouTube. I hope all is well on this Friday evening. I just got home not long ago, and this has been a long week. I'm sorry I don't have any makeup on today. For some reason I just haven't felt like putting any makeup on for the last couple of days. But anyway, I'm being my natural self, as you can see. No makeup, hey, I'm being me. So I hope you all don't mind. And I just wanted to say, if you resonate with my channel and if you like my content, I ask that you subscribe to my channel. This channel is about spirituality, tarot readings, oracle readings. It's about healing as well. And also astrology, in which I'm going to be doing some of that in the near future. So I just wanted to get things started and popping, just to get started and get ready to move on into this new year. And, what better time to get started than now? And I just wanted to say that, all is well, and I hope all of you are well during this pandemic. I don't know about you all, but this has been, I just can't remember any year that has been worse than this year here. I mean, many of us has lost loved ones. If we haven't lost anyone in our family, so you know of someone else that has lost loved ones. This has just been a tragic year. But it's like when it's just like as I was reading through some material, like they said, when things get to happening bad, it's just the outer crust of greater things to come, and we just have to believe that. It's sometimes things are not always as bad as it seems. By me being Scorpio, you go through many transformations in life, and Lord knows I have been through transformations, and I can tell you one thing, many people wouldn't be able to have went through all the things that I went through and still standing and being in their right mind. But anyway, we're going to move on. Today what I wanted to do is do a tarot reading, to do a card reading, and that's the main objective of this video today. And I have my feather, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is a hawk feather right here. I've been had this feather for years. And you use this to remove negative energy from you, from your being, just take it and just sweep, just remove all that negative energy from yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what this feather is for, just to remove anything that's negative, any negative energies, any negative entities that may be attached to you. This is what this feather is used for. This is a hawk feather. And the hawk also represents seeing, what I'm saying? The hawk flies high in the sky. And the higher you fly, the bigger picture that you see. So anytime you see a hawk, always think about seeing things in a bigger picture. That's what the hawk. When you see a hawk, that's just one of the scenarios of what a hawk means. Just seeing the bigger picture of a situation. Expanding your vision, expanding your mind. The hawk is a powerful animal. One time I was seeing hawks every time when I drive, or when I go walking, I would see hawks. It was just like every time I turn around, I'm just seeing hawks. And I did some videos on the hawk spirit, hawk energy. So if you want to, you can go back through my videos and just look for that video. And this is why I carry the hawk feather right here. Yeah, look at that. This is a hawk feather. And just fanning it here gives you so much air, so much energy here, when you just run it across you. Okay. But enough of that. I'm not gonna get off into I'm gonna stop because I could go on and on and on. When a person have been through many things in their lives, we could just go on and on and on. But we're gonna do a tarot reading this evening. Today is Friday. Thank God for Friday. This has been a long week for me. I work in the insurance industry. I do life insurance. And, it can be rather stressful, and then it also can be rewarding because we're helping people, especially during these COVID times. People really need to look into getting life insurance. So you won't, so if anything was to happen to you or your loved ones, that you won't put all that burden on the family by your loved ones not having insurance. And it was one reason why I went into this area, because when my dad died, he did not have insurance, and it put a tremendous stress on my mother and the family, because we all had to try to come up with money to try to bury my dad, So that's one reason why I decided to go into this industry, to enlighten people about the importance of having life insurance when these times happen. But anyway, yeah, we'll get there for another video. But this is my palomino stick here, and I love this. I love this. The scent of this. It clears away any negative energies or entities that may be in your space. So we're just gonna kind of clear the area and get everything set here. And today I went to the metaphysical store and I bought some Egyptian jasmine incense. Oh my goodness, they smell so good. Let me show you. This is what I'm burning here. Oh my God, this smells so good. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful scent, and it's called Egyptian jasmine, and it's by, I think it's HEM. Just give me 1 minute. Let me go get it for you so I can show it to you. Give me 1 minute. I'm not promoting it or anything. I just wanted to share this with you. And this is it right here. Jasmine Egyptian, and it's by, you can see that, HEM. And I got it out of my metaphysical store. And it smells beautiful. It's oh my goodness. And how I got into jasmine was that I went to Walmart. And I was looking for some incense because I had, was about to run out. And I usually like to get it from a metaphysical store. And I said, well, let me just get some until I go to the, get to my store. And so I got jasmine. And I just love the way that jasmine incense smell. And so ever since then, I just been burning it. I love that jasmine. It's a beautiful scent. Okay, so we're going to get started with our tarot reading. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be using Miss Cleo's deck, tarot deck. We're going to go ahead and use this today. And we ask that our ancestors and the elemental and universal spirits come in today and give us the message that we need to hear on this day for the highest good. We ask that you all come in and give us the messages. Let me just, for some reason my cards are kind of turned the wrong way, so let me just get these straight. Look like, let's see, I think they are right now. Okay. All right, dear spirits, we ask that you come in and give us the messages that we need to know on this day for the highest good. Because, you know what's best for us. Because we don't know. We can ask, but we don't really know what's best for us. That's why we have to, ask you to to relate and give us the things that we need to know on this day for the highest good. We need you on this day to give us the messages that we need on this day for the highest good. Yes, 1 minute. I got cards popping everywhere. Okay. Just give us the messages that we need to hear on this day for the highest good. Because you know what's best for us. You know what we need and you know how we need it. Give us the messages that we need on this day for the highest good. Dear Spirit. Dear Spirit. Give us the messages that we need on this day for the highest good. Oh my goodness. I'm going to drop 4 cards on the floor. Give me a minute. Okay. Hopefully I won't drop it for y'all. I apologize for that. But that's okay. Okay, give us the messages that we need. This day for the highest good. I'm going to go ahead and cut my cards now. First of all, let me just kind of clear my deck here. In just 1 moment. Even though I claim that no bad energy is becoming is not here in my house, because I run a household. I don't have a lot of people in and out of my house. And then when I go out about during my day, I try to clear the energy from myself before I come into the home, and make sure don't no bad energies, be here. So, okay, here we go. Let's shuffle one more time. Okay, Spirit, what we need to know. What is it that we need to know on this day for the highest good? For you know what's best for us. So reveal to us the messages that we need on this day for the highest good. Okay, so I've put down 3 cards. Okay, so we got the Knight of Swords here. Okay, so the Knight of Swords, we got the Knight of Swords here. So the Knight of Swords is a person. It's more like a messenger here, but it's like this Knight of Swords here is in battle with a lion here. So this is it's a little different from because it's just like you got air energy, because we got the lion, and the lion also represents the fire energy, but I'm just going to keep it traditional. So, the Knights of Swords is a messenger, that bring about messages, bring good news or either bring bad news. So, the Knight of Swords is always about, the mind, communication, always mostly about communication, thinking, sometimes overthinking things, taking things a little too far. Just to say, not to get off track, but I dated a Gemini for a short period of time. And it didn't take me long to find out that we were not compatible at all. Because he just constantly talked all the time, and most of the time, it's just like my mom used to tell me, when a person talk all the time, most time they lie. So, it's just like he just constantly talked, and he wants you to listen to what he had to say, and it was just constant chatter. So I'm not saying that's true with all air signs, but I'm just talking about the one that I was involved with. I have 2 sons that are air signs. My oldest son is a Gemini, and my youngest son is an Aquarius, and they're like night and day. Now my oldest son, he's mutable. He's a mutable Gemini, and my younger son, he's a fixed air sign, Aquarius. So both of them are air signs, but they're different. You know what I'm saying? It's like my oldest son, he liked to try different things, in which my younger son, he just kind of liked to stay to what feels right, to the traditional thing. So, air signs are, they're one of a kind, and by me being a water sign, I don't deal too well with water signs, but I love my boys. I love my sons, but it's like I don't do well in romantic relationships with Geminis because we're just not compatible. And they're always, like I said, they it's just like it's air, and air is just like always just fluttering around, air. Air signs, they're always, it's just like their mind never stops. Okay, so, and that's what we got, the Knight of Swords here. Okay, and the next we got the Judgment card. Okay, it's time to stand up. It's time to stand up and wake up and answer the call. It's time to answer the calling. You've been called to fulfill your destiny. He's blowing the horn. You see that? He's trying to wake you up. So it's time to wake up. It's time to stand up, and it's time to answer the call. It's time for us to get busy. The Judgment card. That's what the Judgment card means. It's time to answer the calling. It's time for you to wake up. You've been asleep for a long time. It's time to wake up and stand up and get to moving. And get about your business. Okay? It's time to answer the call. It's time to get to work on your spiritual self. Is what I'm saying. Okay, so we got the Two of Cups here. Two of Cups always means some type of relationship, whether it's romantic relationship, whether it's a partnership, or whether it's a business relationship. Whether it's a friendship, it always means some type of relationship. Mainly a man and a woman, and it could be, man, woman. But, most time if you see here, the man and the woman. So most of the time, that's what it means, some type of relationship. It's time to, to intertwine and to become one. You see that? See how they're intertwining their hands together? It's time to come together and become one. All right? Okay, so let's see. Let's see. We're gonna just see what, as far as love, we're gonna see what anybody that's involved in a romantic relationship. Let's see what this is gonna be, a love reading. Sometimes I don't like to call my stuff out as I go. I just kind of like to go with the flow. And anyway, because I have several cards laid out here, and when I seen this last card here, we're gonna go with love and just see what love has to say. See what these romance cards has to say about this relationship here. Now, the air sign, communication. We talking about communication. Judgment card. It's time to stand up, and it's time to stand up and do what you've been called to do. Whether it's a relationship, a romantic relationship, you may be called to go into a romantic relationship. Maybe it might be somebody that you need to help along the way. It might be time for you to go into a partnership. Maybe you need to help that partner reach the next level, to get to their next level. It might be time for a business relationship. Maybe it's time for you to help someone to go further in their business relationship. But right now, we're talking about a romantic relationship, okay? So let's see what the romance card has to say about love here. Okay, let's see. Okay, we got the engagement card. So there's a possibility that someone may be getting ready to become engaged. You probably been in a relationship for a while, and your partner has realized that there's no one else that could be better for him than you, and he wants to go ahead and put a ring on it. Okay, he don't want you to get away. So he wants to go ahead and put a ring on it so you can be his and set the date, okay? Engagement. All right. Okay. All right, make the effort. Okay, what this says here. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Oh, they're so cute. Look at the little children here. Oh. And it says here again, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And that's true. That is absolutely true. And it's one thing that I have to say. Before I leave this earth, and it's a song that says, I want to know what true love is. And many of us really wants to know what true love is. Many of us don't. And I would have to say that I really don't. I was married for 25 years, and I just don't feel that my marriage was based on love. And it really wasn't. It was based on other things, security more than anything. But love, as they said, love is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. I never experienced it, but I'm going to experience before I leave this earth. I want to know what it feels like to know what true love is. Don't you? Some of you may already know what true love is. But I don't know what true love is. I haven't had anyone to just truly love me, but I give love all the time. But I just haven't ever had anyone to just truly love me, to just have that experience of being loved. And I already know it's a beautiful thing to be loved. And I always be happy when I see other couples holding hands and and being in the kissing each other and embracing each other. I don't get jealous. I be happy to see that because I want to know what that feels like one day. Okay, and the next card is free yourself. And many of us, and let's see what this says here. It says, it's time to take back control of your life. And that's true. Many of us need to take back control of our lives because sometimes, many of us most of the time, sometimes we'll just get out of control. We'll just let our life get totally out of control, and it's like we have to, just say for instance, survival. Many of us, we have to survive. We have to work. We have to work sometimes long hours. And, we don't just take enough time for ourselves because we work and trying to live and trying to keep a roof over our head and trying to keep food on the table. And then when we get home, we be so tired and so exhausted until we just can't do anything else. So it's time to take control of our lives. You know what I'm saying? We have to in other words, we have to take control of our spiritual life. Doing these things that we need to do to heal ourselves, to bring ourselves back to who we truly and really are, who we truly and originally are. Because sometimes, like I said, we can just kind of get out of control sometimes, just trying to live, and I would have to say that's true with me. I'm a single person and I run a household by myself. I pay all the bills. And so it's like, just like tonight, I just got home not long ago. So, but I said, let me do a video. I just wanted to do this video tonight, but we just have to free ourselves, I would just say we have to just free ourselves and just meditate and unwind and just constantly work on ourselves. Do the things that we need to do to heal ourselves, to heal our lives. Because, even though this reading is about relationships, but many of us be so quick to run to relationships when we're not healed. And I see it all the time. And it's just like me. When I first moved into my place, this person got back in touch with me, and I started kind of seeing him a little bit, but I felt like he was getting me off track on what I was supposed to do. And so I had to cut it off. I had to free myself from him. And I'm like, you know what? I got to take out time and love myself and heal myself before I get into any relationship. Because first of all, this person really wasn't the one for me. Because first of all, he's an air sign, and I know he's not the compatible one. Even though I don't know what's all really in his chart, in which I didn't take time out to look. But I just know he wasn't for me because he talked all the time. Just never talked about anything positive. It was always mostly depressing. But we have to free ourselves from those type of people, because it can bring us down. It can keep us in this just see, like you see the look. I think, what does this say? A goat? No, this is a unicorn. He's entrapped in this fence. And it's the same with us. Sometimes we can be entrapped by others. It might not be a fence, a physical fence, but it can be an emotional fence. So we really, really have to be mindful, because it can really, really get us in trouble. It can stop our growth from growing spiritually, mentally and physically. And, I've made up in my mind that I'm not going to get involved with anybody else until I continue healing myself and freeing myself from all the hurt and pain that I've been through. So if we look at this, many of us, we need to free ourselves, free ourselves from past trauma, free ourselves from past traumatizing relationships. Don't jump into another relationship just because you're lonely. It's not gonna do you any good. You're gonna continue to stay into this fence. So yeah, we have to free ourselves, and that means loving ourselves. Loving ourselves to where we won't let nobody else stop us from our spiritual growth until we are healed completely and ready for that relationship and ready for that right person. Okay? All right. So I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to take it there because I'm using my own experience. And I hope it'll be able to help others, because truly, I want people, especially the younger females, I want you all to do better than me, because I made plenty of mistakes in my life. And that's why I wanted to do this channel, to be able to help the younger generation be more aware of the traps that be set for, because you know what, we be tested each and every day. And I'm gonna tell you something about me. I know many of you might not want to hear it, but but it may help you along the way. And I had made up in my mind, I'm like, you know what, I don't want to date anybody. I'm not gonna date anybody because I know I got some healing to do. And this guy come up to me. He wasn't an attractive guy, but he was a businessman, and he had a company, was in partnership with somebody. Well-to-do man, he was doing really well for himself. Had businesses in Tennessee and in Texas, and then talking about expanding his business, to other states. He was a well-to-do man. But you know what I found out about him? He had a lot of trauma from his childhood that wasn't healed. And what he was looking for? He was looking for a mama. He was looking for a mother, to help him along the way, you know. But I had to, once I figured that out, I'm like, this man is looking for a mother, and I'm not that one for him. I can't help him with that. You know, once he got to telling me all of the stuff that had happened to him, especially with his mom, he was really looking for a mother figure, you know. And so, and he had a lot of issues that he had to heal about himself. And he was looking for somebody else to put his burdens on. And I was like, no, I just came out of a 25-year marriage that I was married to a narcissist. I went through a lot of traumatic situations in my life. I went through a lot, and I got out of it, and I decided to leave and try to better my life. And this person come into my life. That's why I said we have to be careful and we have to be mindful, because sometimes we be tested, and sometimes we do things out of being lonely. Sometimes we be lonely and we just be so lonely sometimes, and we want to have someone there. But sometimes that person might not be the right person. Sometimes that person can hinder your growth instead of you growing and moving forward. This person can help. This person can hinder you. They can stop you from growing. Because why? Because they put in all their stuff on you. And then you find yourself trying to help them, and when you're really not helped and healed yourself. So we need to, that's why I said we need to be mindful of the people that comes into our lives, whether they're male or female. We have to be mindful, and we have to ask ourselves, is this person, do I need to just really waste, do I need to do I need to continue to try to see this person, or something is just not right. It's when I talk to him, it make me depressed. He don't ever talk about anything that's enlightening. He always talking about stuff that's this depressing. So and that was my situation. Always talking about something. He was talking about somebody, or always talking about the things that happened in his family, which was depressing. And I was like, you know what? I was like this here. Okay, you know what? It's time for me to bounce. It's time, because you know what? I'm trying to heal myself, buddy. And you're not